Resilience. It's a word I've heard many times before, but what does it mean, and how do we get it? Is resilience something we were born with, or do we develop it? Can we learn it, and if so, who teaches it to us? If we can gain resilience, can we also lose it? If you do a quick Google search, the Merriam-Webster dictionary describes resilience as 1, the capability of a strained body to recover its size and shape after deformation caused essentially by compressive stress. 2, the ability to recover or adjust easily due to misfortune or change emotional resilience. According to the Mayo Clinic, resilience isn't about toughing it out, being stoic, or going at it alone. In fact, a key component to resilience is being able to share your feelings with people. Resilience helps protect us from several mental health conditions, such as depression and anxiety. As I look at my own life, I can see that when really difficult experiences, moments where I have felt I had been deformed due to compressive stress, have helped build my resilience. I believe that resilience helps us recover when we've been hurt, resilience is protected, and seems to do better when supported by other people. I would like to share one of my experiences with you today. I was 8 years old. I loved my grade school and my friends. I did tons of different sports, but hockey and gymnastics were the sports where I dedicated most of my time. One day, at gymnastics on the bars, something began to hurt in my left elbow. It was an odd feeling of pain, but it went away quite quickly. As time went by, the pain in my left elbow only became more persistent, which made me to avoid certain exercises. A few years went by, and the pain in my left elbow only continued to grow. Eventually, my right elbow began to feel the same as my left did, but I couldn't pinpoint the exact time it had happened. I didn't experience a trauma or an injury. My elbows would only hurt when I did things like push-ups, handstands, playing hockey, and even writing in class for too long would cause pain. I went to see my family doctor, and she told me it was likely muscular, but she would order x-rays just to be on the safe side. She told me to take some Advil, ice, rest, and maybe go see a physiotherapist. I did everything I was told to and just tried to ignore the feelings. If there wasn't something actually wrong with my elbows, the pain would go away. It was no big deal. Fast forward to the summer before grade 8. I was 13 years old, and I was so excited for my first year at StansteadCollege. In August, one day, my brother and I were swimming in the St. Lawrence River at our cottage in Ontario. We were just messing around when suddenly a shooting pain went through my left elbow. It subsided after a few moments, but the ache persisted. By the next morning, I couldn't open my elbow, and we quickly went to the local ER. The ER doctor told me what I'd heard many times before. It was likely muscular, probably tennis elbow, but he would order x-rays and wait for the report just to be on the safe side. Upon reading the report from the radiologist, he told me I had an osteochondral defect, putting me in a sling, and told me to follow up with my family doctor. My family doctor ordered another set of x-rays, this time of both my left and my right elbow, and referred me to a pediatric orthopedic surgeon. Dr. Arteaga, the pediatric orthopedic surgeon, whom I now know well, ordered MRIs of both my left and my right elbow, but told me that it was fine to continue playing hockey and modify what I did based on pain. It was the middle of March when we received my MRI report. By that time, my elbows were hurting on a daily basis. Although the physical pain hurt, the emotional pain was overwhelming. I didn't want to feel everything that was beginning to creep up on me, so I suppressed it. Just not to feel anything at all felt like the best option, so I ignored my feelings. Dr. Arteaga told me I had a bone abnormality in both my left and my right elbow called osteonecrosis. Osteo meaning bone, and necrosis meaning death. There wasn't enough blood circulation going through the bones in my elbows. Without the blood, the bones were dying. Osteonecrosis is very rare, especially in children, and seems to happen to gymnasts and baseball pitchers because of the force that we put through our joints. But why me? And why not any of the other gymnasts that I trained with? I was told it was just bad luck. I was told I need surgeries on both my left and my right elbow to heal the bones in my elbows. They would not heal on their own. And the expected time of length for recovery was 2 to 3 months per elbow. The surgeries consisted of drilling tiny holes in my elbow bones to try and stimulate blood flow, which would cause the bones to heal. And my left elbow also needed 4 pins to hold the bone and cartilage in place. When I found out I would have to have surgery, I was devastated and scared. I constantly asked myself, why did this happen to me, and what did I do to deserve this? I kept blaming myself for all the pain that I was feeling. All these things were happening to me, and everything felt out of my control, which made me feel powerless. The doctors didn't know what caused this to happen, why, or when it did. I was angry with myself and believed that I had done something to deserve this. I felt scared and angry. Although I was optimistic that the surgery would heal my bones and I could return to normal life, I didn't know how to cope with everything that I was feeling. So I just tried to ignore the feelings. Surgery day for my left elbow was in June and my right elbow was in August. The physical pain following surgery was nothing I was prepared for, and it scared me. Living with use of only one arm made me realize how easy it is to take things for granted, which helped contribute to the helplessness and powerlessness that I was feeling. All of these things were happening, and once again, I wasn't sure how to react. I didn't know what to do, and I just felt hopeless. Despite how difficult things were, I was eager to have the surgeries over with so I could look forward to returning to normal life and recovering. Today, I'm nearing the end of my 10th grade year, and although things are better, they're definitely not back to normal, or at least what I thought they would have been back to. 6 months following my first surgery, I had MRIs on both elbows to determine how I was healing and if I could return to playing hockey. I was expected to be told that everything was looking good, and I could, but this is not what happened. The MRIs showed no signs of healing in my left elbow and minor healing in my right. I could not return to hockey for another 6 months, essentially losing my entire season. The shock and powerlessness took over. Why wouldn't my elbows heal like they were supposed to? Why did I still feel so much pain on a daily basis? I was angry with myself and at the world. Being in school was really hard. The constant pain just reminded me that I wasn't healing. Watching my teammates play hockey, my classmates in gym class, and my friends do things I couldn't had a huge impact on my psychological state. Following my team to tournaments but being unable to play, having to film the games in the stands and watch like a spectator hit me like a truck. Emotionally, I was having a toll on myself, and everything felt like the world was ending. I didn't know what to do, but I didn't want to express myself in front of my friends and my family. I felt weak and vulnerable. I continued to try and ignore my feelings and push my feelings down, but they don't just go away, and eventually they caught up to me. Fast forward to today. The first time I was back on the ice was last summer, and although I can't do most things, I have to manage my pain every single day, and likely need a second surgery on my left elbow. My elbows will never be normal, and there are things that I can no longer do. Emotionally, there are times where I still feel sad and angry. I still wonder why this happened to me and what I did to deserve this. Sometimes I feel like the world has been unfair, but I've learned a lot. and I believe that I've become more resilient through this experience. I have found ways to continue to do the things that I love while minimizing my pain. When I finally decided to open up to my friends and loved ones, I found care and sympathy. I learned that they're there for me through both the good and the bad. I've also learned that even if you can't control what happens to you, you can always choose how you react to a situation. You can choose to not give up. I have learned that no matter how many times you fall down, which in my case continues to be many, you have to get up. You can always find ways to learn and grow. I have also learned that life is totally unpredictable. In my 9th grade year, when I couldn't play hockey, I decided to try something new. I joined our school swim team. I met incredible people, made new friends, experienced new coaches, and had an experience of a lifetime competing. If it wasn't for my injury, I never would have had that experience or those memories that I cherish. I have learned that in life, sometimes you need to take a step back from your expectations and your original plan to be open to new opportunities. I've also learned that the body releases feelings for a reason, and you can't ignore them or push the feelings down because it doesn't actually help. You have to feel your feelings and let them consume you, whether they are joyous or agonizing. And having people whom you trust and love to share your feelings with is important. According to an article in Psychology Today, resilience is a psychological quality that allows some people to be knocked down by the adversities of life, but come back at least as strong as before, rather than letting difficulties, traumatic events, or failure overcome them and drain their resolve. Highly resilient people find ways to overcome, change course, emotionally heal, and continue moving towards their goals. I believe that in life you continue to develop resilience. And I have learned the hard way that it can be through suffering in life that you build this resilience. Quoting German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, "What does not kill us makes us stronger." Thank you.